ESPN1420 and .com. We got about 6 more minutes to spend with Tony Robichaux here this afternoon. All right, so what's the summer consist of for you?
Well, the big thing that we
besides the fact you got 2 grandbabies on the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, most people make the biggest mistake thinking that the summer that we're off. Our best time really runs for coaches probably November 15th to January 15th. That's probably our best time because it's around Thanksgiving, and our players are heading home for the Christmas break. And you don't have a lot to worry about. There's not 100 job openings around, or you got to let the job carousels, spin. You got to now worry about what players are returning. What players are getting drafted, what players coming to terms. Of course, it happened a little faster this year, which is a little bit nicer. But, last year, Colleen and I in Gulf Shores, and it's pouring down raining, and I drop her at Cracker Barrel, to get breakfast. And I drive around the back. It was so full. My phone rings, and it's Dex Kerstad. Well, 1 hour later, it's pouring, too, for a straight hour. Pouring. And she left her phone in the car when I dropped her off. So she don't know where I'm at. Finally, rain stops, and she comes to the car. And I said, this was more important than breakfast, unfortunately. And so you never know what's going to happen during the summer because of the draft. Of course, this year it's a little bit easier. But, no, I've got, Ashley's got another one on the way, and Jutt's got his first on the way, and Aud's headed to Utah. So I'll probably spend a week in Utah.
I was about to say, you're probably going to get a chance to go up and sit in the stands and watch it. Now, you got a chance to do that a little bit in high school, but he was still living with you at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you get to watch him play professionally and to spend. And first of all, Utah is not a bad place to be in the summer.
No, it's nice temperatures, and he sent some pictures back already, and they're going to try to start him every 5th day and only throw him 4 innings every 5th day. So what'll be nice is we can kind of know when he's going to be playing.
Now, did he and Caleb go to the same place?
They followed each other.
And there was a kid from Ole Miss also that
yes.
So they're all there?
Yes.
Oh, that's all right.
Yes. Yeah. So they're gonna they're gonna know each other. Of course, unfortunately, the Ole Miss kids isn't there yet.
Right.
Which I wish Caleb and Austin weren't there yet.
I understand.
And Ryan's going to be in the same league. They will play against Ryan Leonard's, and maybe Matt Plitt if Matt does sign. He hasn't yet, but they will play against Ryan.
It's this has been fun, and I realize it didn't end the way you wanted it to, and it didn't end the way I wanted it to, and it didn't end the way anybody in the audience today wanted it to. But, as we've said many times, unless you win the national championship, your season ends with a loss. That's just the way that this game is. And I know you'd have liked to have had at least one more just to see, if maybe you could have made a lot of noise once you were there. But as I said at the beginning of the show, at some point in time, you're going to sit back, and I'm going to sit back too, and we're going to say, doggone it, this team won 58 games. And there are only a couple of teams that ever won more than 58 since they've gone to the 56-game schedule. You're pretty high cotton there. And you know what? Florida State won 60 one year. They didn't win the national championship that year. So it's there will be a time, again, where you're going to sit and you're going to say, wow, what this team accomplished. I know you understand it now, but you and I both know that right now we don't want to hear any of that.
No, and I appreciate people. You walk up to people and everybody tries to, try to tell you that it was a great year.
And it was.
Well, I understand that. But, at the end of the day, what I'm more proud of is that, at one time we had a unanimous first team in the country rating for our university. And man, when you can get in that company, if you finish in the top 10 in attendance, that speaks so well for you fans, and our culture and our people. And, at the end of the day, that's what you took the job for, was to try to promote your university as positive as you could to try to move it forward. And I thought we were able to do that. And even though we didn't win one more, which, believe me, every fiber of my body, we poured our heart and soul into this. It hurts, and it's going to hurt for a while. But I keep coming back to how much the university benefited and how much these kids grew together as a team. They'll always remember this. They'll always come back to reunions. It's going to play a big part in their lives as they move on into corporate America.
What will folks standing outside because they couldn't get into the ballpark, the good and the bad, talking about taking care of the media during this, everything that happened in the postseason, what kind of an impact is it going to have on trying to get the facility improvements done to Teagmore Field, in your opinion?
Well, I think it definitely created a lot of positive momentum. It's just like somebody that's getting ready to open up a restaurant or a business. If you take a straw poll and it doesn't look like anybody cares about the shoes you're going to sell, then you surely wouldn't want to open up the shoe store. But what a better opportunity right here of seeing what you're seeing. You're in the top 10 in the country in attendance, and all the schools in front of you have multi-million-dollar budgets, multi-million-dollar marketing firms or marketing groups doing tickets and everything else. This right here is being done because of our people and our culture, and that's what's so special about it. And I hope, I think it will move things forward. It surely can't hurt, that's for sure. And we created some great momentum that I hope we can ride and move this project forward, because it's important to me. I think it's important to our fan base too. I'd like to see them rewarded.
I've said 58 wins a couple of times, and what I'm about to say has nothing to do with 58 wins. 22 seasons doing Cajun baseball and 22 seasons doing other sports as well. I've never been around a group that was as fun to be around, and a group that you could be proud of, not because they won 58 games, but because of the way that they conducted themselves on the road, on the bus. I didn't ride with you everywhere this year, but at the same time, the times that I did, I got to see a lot of the camaraderie. I'll always remember the way you greeted Chase Compton after his home run on the bus, because you couldn't see it when he got on the bus after winning that ball game.
Yep.
It has been an honor and a privilege to cover your team this year, and I just wanted to say, on behalf of a lot of the folks listening today, thanks for taking us out to the ball game.
Appreciate it, Jay.
Stick around. We got more coming up. Sports Gap is next on ESPN 1420 and .com.